Syncon Electronics, powering your ideas. Good day everyone, welcome to watch this video. Today I'm going to introduce you Syncon new AC/DC power supplies. The first one is CFM81S, our new 80 watts power supply with special 2x peak load power function. And then here are CFM130S, CFM260S, and CFM500M with built-in baseplate-cool technology. They are 130 watts, 260 watts, and 500 watts. First, it's CFM81S, 80 watts AC/DC power supply. Speaking of size, the left one is 2 by 4 inches. You can see from the picture, which is an old design of 40 watts or 60 watt power supply. The CFM81S is 2 by 3 inches. We make it smaller and increase the power density. The next one is the unique and convenient function, peak power. It provides 2 times the power of rated output in 10 seconds. In that case, you don't need to buy a more expensive power supply for only a short moment of peak load. The CFM81S is the best cost-saving option for you. For safety and more features, standby power is less than 0.3 watts. Operating temperature goes from -30 to 80 Celsius degrees. Safety compliant with the latest IEC ULEN 62368-1. Compatible with light and heavy industrial applications. Our operating altitude is up to 5,000 meters. Design meets IEC EN 60335-1 household application. Also meets Class 1 and Class 2. Here are the specifications. The CFM81S has 3 different types: open frame wafer, PCB mountable type, and covered with case. It has 4 output voltages, which are 12 VDC, 15, 24, and 48. And here's the derating curve. It could operate from -30 to 80 Celsius degrees. The derating starts from 50 Celsius degrees. This series could be the component power supply for use in audio, video, information, and technology equipment. Also for light, heavy, industrial, and household applications. It will be launched in July this year. The next product is CFM130S, 130 watts AC/DC power supply. Speaking of size, the regular type with the similar output power you can find on the market is 2 by 4 inches. However, we Syncon make it smaller to 2 by 3 inches, which follows the trend of reducing the size of devices. Normally, it could operate at 100 watts with neutral convection and 110 watts with baseplate cooling and 130 watts with fan. For safety and features, universal input from 80 to 264 VAC. Operating temperature is from -30 to 70 Celsius degrees. Safety compliant with the IEC ULEN 62368-1. Compatible with light and heavy industrial applications. Operating altitude is up to 5,000 meters. Design meets IEC EN 60335-1 household applications. Also meets class 1 and class 2. Let's talk more about the base plate cooling design. When you put a 100 watts power supply into a case or box for one loaded needed for 100 watts and screw the power supply on copper pillars, it's obvious that the ambient temperature inside the case will rise. It may not be able to work at 100 watts due to the high temperature. In this case, you need to choose a 200 watts power supply, for example, and derate the output power to compromise with the high ambient temperature. So, the size will go up and the cost will be more, for sure. In addition, some people would use a fan to cool down, but this action will produce the noise coming from the fan and increase the cost and reduce the stability of the system, because if the fan goes down, and the power will go down too. So, the best way is to choose a power supply with base plate. The base plate is like a heat sink at the bottom of the power supply and able to direct the heat inside the case to outside. In this case, you don't need to buy a 200 watt power supply or add an extra fan. Here are the specifications. The CFM 130S has 4 output voltages, which are 12 VDC, 24, 36, and 48. And it's the derating curve of CFM 130S. It could operate from -30 to 70 Celsius degrees. As you can see, the derating starts from 50 Celsius degrees with fan, and for other cases it starts from 40 Celsius degrees. Here is the comparison chart. We have 3 other competitors for your reference. The CFM 130S has better performance on wider input range, higher power density, and efficiency up to 94%, no load power consumption, less than 0.15 watts, which is really low, and better EMI performance and operating temperature. This series has 3 types, and the rest of items only have open frame type. The CFM 130S could be the component power supply for use in audio, video, information, and communication technology equipment. Also, for industrial, heavy industrial, and household applications. It will be launched in July this year. The third product is CFM 260S, 260 watts AC/DC power supply. Speaking of size, the size of CFM 260S is 2 by 4 inches, which is the general size on the market. However, it has excellent baseplate cool design to let the power supply work under higher ambient temperature without rating the power. For safety and more features, universal input starts from 85 to 264 VAC. Operating temperature starts from -30 to 80 Celsius degrees. Safety compliant with the IEC UL EN 62368-1. Compatible with light and heavy industrial applications. Operating altitude is up to 5,000 meters. Design meets IEC EN 60335-1 household application. Also meets Class 1 and Class 2. Here are the specifications. The CFM260S has 4 output voltages, which are 12 VDC, 24, 36, and 48, with additional output for fan. And this is the chart of the rating curves of CFM260S. It could operate from -30 to 80 Celsius degrees. The derating starts from 50 Celsius degrees when you use a fan. For other cases, the derating starts from 40 Celsius degrees. Here is the comparison chart. We have 2 other competitors for your reference. The CFM260S has better performance on higher power density of 260 watts. No low power consumption, less than 0.15 watts, which is really low compared to the other 2. This series has 3 types, and the other 2 only have open frame type. This CFM260S could be the component power supply for use in audio, video, information, and communication technology equipment. Also, for light, heavy, industrial, and household applications. It will be launched in August this year. The final product is CFM500M, 500 watts AC/DC medical power supply. Speaking of size, the size of CFM500M is 3 by 5 inches, which is the general size on the market. However, it has an excellent baseplate cool design so that the power supply works under higher ambient temperature without derating the power. For safety and more features, universal input starts from 80 to 264 VAC. Operating temperature is from -40 to 85 Celsius degrees. High efficiency up to 94%. Safety compliant with ICUL EN 60601-1. Operating altitude is up to 5,000 meters. Design meets ICEN 60335-1 household application and to MOPP. Also meets Class 1. Here are the specifications. The CFM500M has 5 output voltages, which are 12 VDC, 18, 24, 36, and 48, with additional standby output and fan output. Here is the comparison chart. We have 2 other competitors for your reference. The CFM500M has better performance on output power performance, EMI performance, operating temperature, and operating altitude. This CFM500M could be the component power supply for use in medical devices, such as operation equipment, medical monitor, dental equipment, X-ray equipment, and ultrasound equipment. It will be launched in September this year. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you for watching. If you have any other questions, just contact us for more support. Thank you and have a good day. Bye.